Greetings, humans. Welcome to Devlog number 9 of Coffee Shop RPG. This was an exciting and weird week because I built absolutely nothing new, but several things that I had tried to create previously started working for the first time, creating a whole new exciting group experience. One of the most recent changes that I've made is that we've expanded the number of slots in the leaderboard. So this was a creation from last week. It's just a get your name on the wall. Obviously, we've gotten a couple more people. The color is completely randomized, but feeling very neon right now. And we actually have now 20 more slots for a total of 30 people. So I expanded both the back end leaderboard size and the number of display places we have for it. So I'm gonna add this idea to community content soon, so something where you can basically have a trigger and anybody who gets to this trigger gets their name on the wall. It's a fun mechanic. It's really easy to implement, and it could be added to any space, especially for anyone who's adding Easter eggs to a game. And it, obviously there was a lot about building this space that was about sort of implying the idea that you could get on the roof. The floating milk crates are probably the most obvious suggestion that there is an intentional path there for the most part, but also just this idea that people have gotten there and it's labeled. So I went with I've had this set up for a while, but it was only recently able to get the obstacle course that I built actually doable. It's really challenging creating obby jump challenges when you're bad at them because they're hard to test. I had sort of a technique, but now we can see that could use some adjustment. It's a little too rotated. But basically the same concept here, but it's not labeled, so it's a little less explicit. You've got the clues around. You can also see in the bottom left corner, I have this now, don't forget to leave a like, created by Insert Yourself. I was really excited when it came out. I've had like a little bit of negative response to it being cheesy, also. While we're at it, like and subscribe for more content about Coffee Shop the RPG. But I find it really interesting, and what I wanted to do was see how many, what difference in likes that it did. And the answer is that it has increased likes and dislikes in equal parts, but increased both of them. So from a YouTube perspective, we just call these both engagement, but in core games, having a higher percentage of likes actually is better. So it might not be something that we want long term, but I really enjoyed it, or I might want to change the message slightly to be a little more subtle, but that's what's going on there. So this is this obstacle course, as you can see here, there's kind of how you even get on the roof is another complicated thing that I won't reveal, but these bricks, I have made kind of like one brick at a time adjustments for the past couple of weeks to make it doable, and only last week were people able to finish it, which is how I finally found the bug that was keeping one of my leaderboards from displaying, because I was failing to handle states where a leaderboard had had 0 entries. And so because I do them all in one function, when one of them got to the 0 yield, it broke all of the subsequent leaderboards, which means that my coffee cup trick shots leaderboard is finally live, and I'm still on it. Oh, thank goodness. And last night, I missed it, but I have seen the footage of the folks who were really getting into how to maximize the shot, because the coffee cup itself has, it has a weight and a travel time that you can't really increase. It's not like, I don't even think bringing like velocity into it as you move changes it. So a lot of the solution that people found, and I'll try to add the clip of the bronze sword here, is that it's still calculated based on your initial location when it was launched, and then from when it hits. So for example, after bounces, that still counts. So what that means is that the optimal strategy is to get as high as possible. So being able to complete the brick wall sign obstacle course and get that usable at the same time created some really magical optimizations of these just like mid-flight coffee cup throws. Bronze talked about optimizing for the fact that you get more points if you hit the bottom of the I added these dumpsters recently. They're also valid trash cans, so I have a really kind of elegant system for adding anything that I want to count as a trash can into one folder, and that's what it checks. But you can see there. Okay, I didn't quite get that one. Oh. All right, so we got 20.3 meters, so that's not even enough to get me on the board anymore. But if you can imagine from there to there, you can see that there's a lot more distance, and you just have the benefit of gravity. So that is genius and amazing and wonderful. We're still tracking down some bugs with the new user experience. I'm not sure if people are not seeing the quests and therefore not completing them, or if there's something that's preventing them from. I know ZazazYT can't use this Z button menu here. It just has never worked, and as long as they've been playing my game. So it's basically just been bug fixing, but the bug fixing has been extremely rewarding because we've got more leaderboards and more participation, and I am extremely excited. So that is the update. Next week, we're going to be trying some larger achievements, so different from the daily quests, that allow you, and streaks. That's going to be the leaderboard missing here is going to be streaks. Of completing the quests so that we can, have more long-term goals for people to set and figure out. Although most of them you could probably do all at once if you were very determined. And then the amazing quads bug. There we go. So yeah, that's all for Coffee Shop the RPG. Thank you very much for joining me. Subscribe to get subsequent updates on Coffee Shop RPG and check it out on Core. Play it yourself. Have a coffee. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the future.